So this is just some of the bags that I have. The other ones are already put up. I'm just letting them hang out here under the lean-to and just store up a little bit longer and dry out a little bit more. But yeah, these bags are pretty beneficial, just for letting them dry out. I definitely don't like using these bags just solo. I like to actually put them in like a burlap sack or an old feed sack, and it's just because some of the grass will fall out of the sides, like if you can see. But if you put it in a burlap sack or a old feed sack, it does a lot better. I also have, well, I should say I also would recommend using a dry bag. I have a couple of dry bags that I use. I use one for the peat moss, and then I'll typically use one for, or have a spare for some grass. But I don't use, or I don't need to carry a whole bunch of grass because a little bit will go a long way. So I typically just use the old like burlap or feed sacks. Now for the peat moss, let me show you what's going on with that. So as for the peat moss, literally all I do, I just put them back here in this lean-to, and then I cut into them, and then just make a little X, just so moisture can get out of it. Any moisture that's in it. I mean, it may feel dry, but you know that's pretty wet still. These have only been here for about a week, 2 weeks, and then I've got some live edge boards and all these buckets right here. They're all full of dirt. I don't really use a whole lot of dirt, and I have two 55-gallon barrels full of, actually, I think it's still wax dirt, if I remember correctly. So that's really, I mean, in a nutshell, I collect all this stuff throughout the off season, hold on to it, dry it out, get it ready, and you know when it's time to use it, I've got it readily available. It's super easy, no issues there. So yeah, that's pretty much it with what I do for the grass clippings, the peat moss, and the dirt. I typically will only use the dirt if I need to, if I know it's going to be like really, really cold, freezing up. I do have wax dirt. I don't really use it unless I know I'm going to have a big line out and there's going to be some freeze thaw going on. But I don't like to use the wax dirt unless I have to. It's not anything with an odor thing. It's just I save it and hold on to it. The peat moss is easy to get. I think you can get like those 3.3 cubic bales. Does quite a few sets. And like I said, you know, just cut that X in it, let it dry out. And then after it's dried out, I'll put it in an old trash can just to fill up some containers. And then the rest of it, I just leave in the bales and run it like that. And then as I need it, I'll just come through and fill up my dry bag. So, and like I said, with the grass, the bags of grass, I put it into a old feed sack. So it's easy peasy. It's so simple and simplified that like the only downside is you just do it in the off season. It takes a little bit of time to do. And that's not even anything bad. So if you want to get a hold of me and talk about it or reach out and discuss anything, or if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm here. I'm easily available.